nice crowd on hand as we take
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing boys and have fun.
Already you saw what cars can do when they lock together. They drove off from the pack. That's something that's going to be a learning event all day long.
When Joey Logano was spoken prior to this race, right, he said, oh, a little bit of a wiggle there for Joey Logano with Kyle Busch on the outside. Here comes Chase Elliott, but you heard him say, we'll lock bumpers maybe to turn 2, and that's exactly what Logano did, trying to push his teammate Ryan Blaney to the lead.
That lap, Briscoe now out in front. The first thing I notice when I look at this track, you can definitely tell when they get to the corners, it's just narrower. It's a little bit more narrow than what we have at Daytona and Talladega. And asking 3 wide or a full wide situation out of here, look out. Briscoe leads lap 2. Look at this funnel down that straightaway, and the track narrows up to turn 1.
Yeah, I got a chance to go around the racetrack earlier today in a pace car, and I got to tell you, turn 1, especially the speed that these guys are running inches away from one another. When you get to turn 1, it feels like it's one car width wide, and yet they're 2 wide, 190 miles per hour.
A headwind coming down this front straightaway, and about a 30-mile-an-hour tailwind down the backstretch. There's so many things going on already. I think, you know, when you start talking about a super speedway type of racing, one of the things that you know is accordion. The thing of accordion, the guy slips up a little bit, it'll stack that line up, and now all of a sudden the outside or inside line, whichever one was the opposite, will start to failing. Also handling, because of those tight radius that we showed you versus a Daytona, very tight radius, asking a lot out of the car, leaning on the wheel, much different here at Atlanta.
You mentioned handling. Right there we saw Ross Chastain on the inside of somebody going into turn 1. Had a big run. He had to check up because the front end took off on him. That's what I hear a lot of guys complain about is turn 3. When you get a big run, the fronts just don't want to hold that line on the bottom.
And I think some of that is that old American flag, Old Glory, blowing hard down the back straightaway, blowing these cars off into the corner. They get in there with a big head of steam to pick up a push. And if there's a car on the outside of it, you're going to be in trouble.
You see that outside line start to get a little more organized.
Now, yesterday in practice, everybody tried to stay around the bottom of the racetrack. In the Xfinity race, everybody ran the top.
I'm going to go wherever that guy behind me is.
But again, it goes back to that super speedway type of racing. You know, what's behind you, that run, you know, and how many cars, more importantly, are in that line is where you need to be.
Well, that was a fun thing to watch right there. Joey Logano got a big push from Kevin Harvick down the back straightaway and took that momentum to see if he could clear his teammate Ryan Blaney, but as you can see, didn't work out.
Here comes a pass for the lead. Kyle Busch moving to the inside of Chase Briscoe. And here comes that whole inside line with that momentum down the backstretch.
Yeah, I really thought we were about to see this outside lane form and go single file. Boy, that only lasted about a half an hour. See, Chase Elliott got to the rear bumper of the 18, gave him a big shot. Look at the draft that these cars create down this front straightaway. Well, that's something you don't see a whole lot in a place like Daytona, Talladega, where you get that kind of a run and complete the pass.
3 wide, all the way down to turn 2. From turn 3 to turn 2, they had Kevin Harvick stuck on the outside, and they were 3 wide. It's working that line. Again, working the mirror, listening to your spotters, trying to figure out where that momentum is coming from, because you saw the advantage of having a big push like that pushed Kyle Busch to the lead. Here's what we saw a lap ago. Harvick pushed up high, and here they come.
Yeah, it almost looked like Joey Logano moved up the racetrack a little bit. Kevin had to maybe make an evasive move and lost momentum, and then that's when they went 3 wide.
Dropped him all the way back to 11th. William Byron running in 9th spot. He's up 3 positions from the start. Jamie?
And Mike William told me he watched both races yesterday, Xfinity and trucks, and he loved to see the track widen out. He said that gave us a lot of confidence because yesterday he just didn't feel secure enough to push it. Now, today, they made some changes accordingly, and he said this car is so much better. And Mike, it's interesting. They brought their super speedway cars, so from Daytona, but they have an
That's true. 1.5 mile super speedway. 2 lanes of the draft working. With 10 laps complete, Kyle Busch out in front of the field here in Atlanta.